Well, we're back to this. In today's video, we're going to be trying to figure out which is the best redstone weapon I've ever created. Now, I know some people may be wondering, haven't I already made a video asking this question a few months ago? And yep, they're right. But I'm now realizing that in retrospect, I made that video way too early into my channel. I've created so much, ever since then, ever since I made that video. And now, I've got so much more to discuss on that. I should also mention, too, though, unlike the first video, I'm only going to be including my own inventions, because judging other people's inventions when I don't even know, all the ins and outs of how they work just isn't fair. I've also got so much to talk about with my own. Without any further ado, let's get started. The first invention I've got to discuss is the very invention that pretty much started my channel, the MC Mark 105, utilizing massive amounts of TNT to launch withers wherever you want every few seconds. It can destroy any structure, regardless if it's made of obsidian or not, and leaves behind an absolute monster in the target area after the blast. It also has some decent precision, being able to quickly change aim and fire a wither to 14 different locations. Now, in terms of sustained firepower against players hiding inside forts or hiding behind, cover, it doesn't have any equal. But it does have some drawbacks. The first problem why it has is how long it takes to actually build the thing. If you watch my tutorial on how to build it, or heck, just looked at the timestamp of the video I made the video, so the tutorial, sheesh, you'll realize it's not a weapon you can build at a moment's notice. Another problem is that after Mojang nerfed how much knockback TNT deals on Bedrock, the range feels a little underwhelming at just 320 blocks, which is far enough to remain outside of render distance, but only just barely. And finally, firing this thing is ridiculously expensive after Mojang nerfed gunpowder farms on Bedrock. And it takes 100 blocks of TNT, more than a whole stack, to fire long-range shots. So overall, it can be an incredibly powerful bunker buster or trench buster, but only if you got the resources to build and use it. Next up I got on the list is the Apollon Mark 19. It's a wither cannon, but this one utilizes wind charge splashed silverfish as a wither propellant. It has some appealing traits over the TNT one. First off is that firing it is dirt cheap, as literally all it costs is 2 potions per shot. And second, because it has a lot more range with withers being hurled 470 blocks out. And finally, those withers being a lot deadlier because they're invisible. Those withers are literally silent and deadly. But while all of those qualities seem very promising, it also has some major drawbacks. One is that it takes 3 minutes to charge each shot, while you can store shots beforehand, only 2. So you have to really make those shots count. Another is that it also doesn't have as much precision, as it can only target 7 locations, or only half. Finally, it takes a bit more skill to operate, as there's more you have to operate each shot. You have to pull so many levers and press so many buttons. And you can't leave it in unloaded chunks, as otherwise all the silverfish will just despawn. Overall, it's an extremely powerful weapon and an inexpensive cannon. You have all the time in the world and skilled hands to work it. But yeah, it's definitely not as user-friendly as my first one. After a while, Crocodile, I now introduce the Gator Mark 8. It's an armored submarine that fires tridents. This thing's main quality is that it's incredibly tough, as its honeycomb armor is literally impossible to mine if it's on the move. And being down in the ocean blue makes it completely blast-proof. His turrets also make it incredibly well armed, as impaling 5 tridents on bedrock deal 20 hearts of damage, meaning each shot deals more damage than a sharpness 5 netherite sword. But where it excels in being robust, it really lacks in durability, I can't lie. And it's only able to move forward in a straight line, and turrets can't aim, so it seriously struggles to hit a swimming target, and because of that, it's all washed up, I can't lie. Now we're moving from down under to the sky, as the next invention we got to analyze is the Zeppelin Mark 8. Minecraft's first TNT bomber, where you can actually control when to deliver the payload. Like, so many other people miss how important that is, but not me. It's extremely stealthy, as TNT minecarts only detonate when they hit the ground, and it's semi-controllable, so you can stop and start at any time. But without being able to actively see the target, turn, or destroy anything underwater or made of obsidian, and not even doing that much damage against players and maxed out armor, its uses aren't sky high. The PU Mark 13. While certainly an improvement against players due to how much more deadly lingering potions are, and the fact that it can harm a player below water, it's still limited by no damage to structures, no reliable ability to navigate, and the fact it can't damage any structures. The Hellfire Mark 7, my first design for a machine gun. It dispenses crossbows preloaded with harming arrows that are only on 1 durability, making it semi-automatic, and able to fire 2 to 3 arrows a second if you spam click. Unlike the vast majority of redstone weapons, it can target precise locations and can target any specific spot within 360 degrees around it. But despite those immense pros, it still does have cons. While it does have some defenses up top, it still can't shoot anything above. It wastes some ammo that falls off the platform. And finally, while it can shoot down, how effective it is debatable. The AE Mark 6. What its use being pretty obvious as soon as when you learn what AE stands for. Anti-Elytra. Is able to fire 3 plus arrows a second. Has a net of cobwebs above it, protecting the operator from mace or crystal attacks, while still allowing the operator to shoot directly above them. Doesn't waste any ammo, unlike the Hellfire, and it's an extra 5 shots more than the Hellfire. It does have a major drawback, though, in that it's more vulnerable to attacks from below. You can't shoot directly below. And finally, we have my most recent invention, the Apollon. It's a subterranean landmine that prevents any players from mining below. While admittedly it's not, immediately fatal, it automatically summons a bedrock wither, acting as a huge obstacle to anyone trying to mine forwards. The biggest advantage of the Apollon, above most of the other weapons I mentioned, is that it just doesn't need a human operator. It still works, preventing someone from mining below, even if you're not online. And if you are online, the sky's turning black above is a clear sign that someone's going on down there. And finally, it's so incredibly simple. This thing takes 30 seconds to build. And anyone can build it. It's not complex. Its drawbacks are that it just doesn't immediately cause a game over. It could potentially destroy what you're defending up above if you don't take proper precautions. It's a wither after all. And finally, it only works against players below ground. So, it's not perfect, obviously. I guess granted, it's also worth noting that every weapon has its use cases. Some weapons are definitely better than others in different situations. But some certainly have greater versatility. Some are definitely gonna be better in more situations than one. And it's not like others. And because of that, I crown the AE Mark 6 as the most best, most of the time. It completely invalidates any elytra or mace attacks. And still makes ground assaults extremely risky. Actually having a slightly higher rate of fire than the Hellfire, and having an extra 5 shots over the Hellfire. It doesn't waste ammo when dispensing. The only drawback is that it can't pierce blocks, it can't aim directly below. I mean, good luck getting anywhere near it. I do, however, reward the Apollon with the silver medal for stopping anyone from tunneling to begin with. It's like, moral of the story is combined arms tactics. All these weapons have a role to play, and these two in particular are yin and yang. You need both.